What's going on, guys? This is Burrs, and we're going to talk about being prepared for what could be pretty stupid times at the end of this year. So what's at the end of the year, you might ask? Well, there could be riots because of an election, and there could be a pandemic because of China.
We have a lot of discussions going on with China. Let me just put it this way. I'm not happy, okay?
It's just how I see it. Let's talk about the riots. We saw riots recently. And I'm not talking about protesters, I'm talking about riots. I'm talking about people pulling people out of cars and beating them up for absolutely no reason, and people being killed and honestly maybe harmed for the rest of their life and injured for the rest of their life given some of the circumstances I saw. Number one, situational awareness. Think about where you're at, where you're going, how you get there. How do you get out of the situation you're in? Don't put yourself in dumb situations if you don't have to. What could happen? The election.
So you don't feel like this was a fair election because it looks like Donald Trump won fair and square.
How did he win fair and square? Hillary had more votes. More human beings voted for Hillary.
If Donald Trump wins again, we saw what happened last time. And the last time they were rioting because of that in the streets and burning, I think, police cars on fire. I can't imagine what that's going to look like now with what happened the last few months. Maybe like a month ago. I can only imagine what that's going to look like if Donald Trump wins again. So be aware of that. Secondly, the pandemic, you're not sure where it's going. Right now it's going backwards, but the one thing I noticed was when I went to the grocery store, lots of stuff is there. All the things are available now. Stock up on them. Be prepared now rather than when things happen, because I remember going to the grocery store and there was no meat, no eggs, cheese, butter, bread, all those usual things were gone. So at times, and it was at many different stores. So now's the time to do it, especially with stuff like this, hand sanitizer. This is the Sazerac company. I think they make Fireball and some other stuff, maybe a rum. I don't know. But anyway, they're making hand sanitizer. I got this on eBay. I got it on Amazon for 18 bucks for this huge bottle. I got 2 bottles. And then soap. There's nothing wrong with soap. I actually use this soap. This is lye soap, made with lye. And Grandma's Pure Soap, all natural. Nothing wrong with soap. So go ahead, use the soap, buy the soap, hand sanitizer. The last time during the pandemic, when you went to Amazon, stuff would say reserved only for the government and hospitals. So you couldn't get your own hand sanitizer. So make sure that you keep that in mind and stock up on some things each time you go to the grocery store now rather than waiting, in my opinion. In relation to the riots and unrest and violence, I say you go get yourself a gun and get some training. Now, you might not be able to get in-person training. I know it's a short period of time, and the whole COVID-19 restrictions are different everywhere. But I'll put links down below to people I trust with gun training, and you can even do video training with them, with some of them, and learn a lot that way. So I'll put a link down below to that, and then on top of that, I'll put a link down below to stuff like preparations for using hand sanitizer, soap, gloves, masks. All this stuff's out there right now. Disinfecting wipes. It might not be this virus, or maybe this virus mutates, which I've read an article about that. It's spreading faster now, but it's not any more deadly. But imagine if there was something out there that was a 5% death rate or a 10% death rate. You're just never sure. Thank you for taking my garbage. You're just never sure. So it's good to get stuff now when it's available. Now's the time, not waiting. So get out there, get the stuff you need, protect the ones you love. Be situationally aware. Don't put yourself in positions if you don't have to that could have stupid outcomes that we've seen a lot of during the riots. And I'm not talking about the protesters again, I'm talking about the rioters. There's a difference. Go protest all you want, keep your hands to yourself, keep your hands in the cart at all times. But once you start taking those hands out of the cart, start beating up people and stuff and being physical, you become a rioter. So be aware of all that, and hope you're all safe. And comment down below with what you guys think. You guys, girls, theys and thems. Make sure that you comment down below and let everybody know what you think is some stuff they could pick up now or everyone could pick up now, that'd be a good thing in case of emergency. Again, I got tons of videos on disaster preparedness. I used to say prepare for a month, but I'm telling you, you should be prepared for a year, in my opinion, because this was a wake-up call for me. And we weren't hurting in any way, but it definitely was a wake-up call, like, oh, so this is what it's like. And this is just pre-season. Imagine if it was actually, you know, more than the length of time that we went through with what happened. So, until next time, later.